All right, so it's been about 7 days, a little over 7 days since we closed our last deal, and here are some things that we're doing to increase the lead flow and the amount of high quality leads that we're getting. And also, I want to talk a little bit about ruts and wins and losses and everything like that. So, like I mentioned, it's been a little over 7 days since we closed our last deal, and we have the same ads running. Obviously, we did some changes to them. We have a couple new ones, and we had some ad spend budget, but regardless, we're right around $100 a day right now on our ad spend. And like I said, it's been a little over 7 days since we closed our last deal. And I want to talk to you guys about, what it feels like to go through ups and downs and as an agency owner, and maybe you can relate with this. And then also what we're doing to go ahead and actually make our funnel better so we can get better quality leads and appointments. So when it comes to deals, we haven't closed one in a minute now, and it feels like we're doing something wrong, but in reality, I know we're not. Obviously, I have to look back and sometimes remember we just started, our ads. Been a second since we closed the deal, and it feels kind of like I'm not doing anything, but at the same time, I'm always on calls and we're trying our best and doing everything we have been doing and getting better. So I know we're improving, and at the same time, sometimes I have to remember, hey, we launched this a month ago, right? Like the ads launched a month ago. We already collected about $10,000. It's not all that bad. I think most people would like to be in the position that Devin and I are in, but at the same time, myself, I want more. And not being able to close the deal within the last 7 days, roughly, it feels like I'm doing something wrong, but obviously at the same time, not really. So I want to be able to be consistent enough to where I can leave my 9 to 5, and that's the main goal really here. So the main thing that we're doing to change everything right now is going through our funnel and going through with our mentors and coaches and seeing what we can improve. So the first thing that we're doing and the first funnel update that we did was add questions into our pipeline. So whenever anyone goes to book, right before they book, they're going to be prompted with 3 questions. Those 3 questions are going to be, the first one is, how much are they closing per month right now, whether it be in real estate or your roofing or whatever it may be, how many deals they have year to date. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but the main thing is to kind of get a gist to see if they're actually doing business or not and if they're generating income. The second one is if they've ever invested into themselves before and if they've ever invested into a program. And then the third one is how much money they have available if they were to be asked for an investment to actually invest into their business or themselves and grow to where they want to be. Like for example, you can phrase this like we do it. I think something like how much how much money do you have available to invest in yourself right now to 3x your business, and something like that, right? So those are the questions that we put, and obviously we've seen a little downturn in leads, so it's not as easy to book now, but it is a lot better quality. So when people do book, we can see all that information, and if we see that they put zero for everything, we just either call them and vet them right away and just discard them, or we just delete their appointment if they're not responding. We're only getting on calls with qualified people that have money, so it's not like we're wasting hours and hours of our day. So that helped tremendously. Now we don't feel, like burned out when we join all these calls. We were before we were doing, unqualified people and getting on calls all the time that just end poorly, and it kind of brings you down. But now all the calls are great. If we don't close them, we're really close. And the second thing that we're doing right now to increase our funnel and our sales close rate is actually get tips from our sales coaches and talk to other people that are doing well as well. And also talk to other people and get their tips and feedback on sales and see where we can improve. So, and you can also do one-on-one role plays. So what me and Devin do is we get on a Zoom and we pretend one day that he's the customer or another day I'm the customer, and we go through that role play. And it really helps, bring up objections and everything like that, be hard on each other. Because what happens is if you do it like that many, many times, practice makes perfect. Eventually someone's going to say that exact objection for you in a call, and you'll be able to like just 100% like that and just be able to say the objection handle and not have to kind of stutter through it, and it'll make you come across more confident. Third switch I were making in this time of kind of lower sales volume is very simple. We're just actually calling and setting all our own leads. So I know some people say it's not recommended for the people closing it to set, but we're kind of not wanting to hire a setter at the moment, and we want to do it ourselves, and we have the time to do it barely, but we're doing it. So that's another thing. It helps kind of qualify them. If they put all the correct answers and they look like a good quality appointment, we'll still call them and set them, make sure that it's real, and make sure everything's good to go on their end. maybe sometimes they're not even looking for what you're actually offering. So that's the main thing. And then another tip, something that I want to kind of throw in here as an extra. I did talk about this before in another video a few months ago, where I kind of switched my perspective and how I think about these sales calls. So the way I just hop on now, I mean, we used to have scripts, but we just hop on the call without a script now, because with the script, you're kind of like looking on the side and you're always kind of double checking and thinking, and you're trying to read off of something that kind of comes across as a little obvious. So we stopped scripts, and now all we do is we come in with that mentality and mindset of practicing ourselves, and then we come in and say, well, I'm trying to help this person. I know my product works. I know my product can get them to where they want to be. So all I need to do is show them how I do that. I'm here to help, and not go in saying, "Oh, I could possibly make X amount of money." No, you're trying to go in and help that possible customer. So that's really what we did and what we're implementing right now as we speak. These are things that we just now started doing, and we've seen results almost immediately. So with that being said, guys, I mean, changing mentality on sales calls, how you approach them, just trying to help and asking questions that lead to making them feel like if they don't do it, they're stupid. So that's really what we kind of came across is working right now. In the last couple of days, we changed it up and it's been a lot better. We've been having a lot better sales calls with fewer volume. So it's helped a lot. And when it comes to droughts and everything, if you're going through a period where it's been a week, 2 weeks, or maybe even more without a actual sale, I want you guys to know we're also there with you. It's pretty normal for a new agency to go through ups and downs, or any new business as a matter of fact. And it's just having the mental strength to go through it and not give up. If you never give up, eventually you're going to make it. That's what I tell myself every day, at least until I do. So what we do right now is, obviously it's been a little over 7 days since we collected some money. So in these times, it's normal until we get consistent, until you get a good rhythm going, until you find out what works best on sales calls. So if you're still a newer agency watching this, or maybe you are starting to look into it, don't be scared of those droughts. Just be prepared for it. Know that it's expected. So that's pretty much what we're trying to go through right now as well in that struggle. But yeah, I will keep you guys posted. I want to know where you're at in your agency. If you have any questions on how to start it, let me know in the comments. I look forward to chatting with you guys.